All right, we are back with our getting ready for our second game of the League of Legends Amateur Summoners Tournament, Week 5, Day 4. I'm Tasty Bacon, joined again by Cyber Owl.
Hey, cookie.
Cyber Owl eating cookies is who I'm joined by, as we are getting set in the lobby for VWS Gaming taking on Frank Fang Gaming. Both teams are here and set to go. So as soon as they hit the start button, we'll be jumping on over to the champion picks and ban phase.
These are some really good cookies.
All right, so just again waiting for them to hit the button. There we go. We've started up.
They hit the big red button.
I think it's an orange button. Or is it red? It might be red. I'm not sure. Either way, we are in the picks and bans. On the side of VWS Gaming, we have Habatubada in the top lane. Mr. Dr. Snuggles is their filling in for their jungler. We have Jimmy Talon in the mid lane. The Massacre 8 is their usual AD carry, who is being filled in for by Vivi or Vivi. We'll have to see. Not sure how he wants that one pronounced. And then Moose Breeder is their support.
And on the side of Frank Fang Gaming, we see Brandon Futewa in the top. 14A as their jungler, Golden Glue as their mid laner, Latman as their AD carry, and Bon Quiche as their support.
We do see LeBlanc being banned away from Golden Glue there, and then Maokai and Gragas both being taken off the board as well. Kennen going to be banned away. Not going to be letting any...
No Pikachu composition.
Yeah, no Kennen supports, no Kennen Kalista bot lane, no Kennen in the top lane, no Kennen anywhere because he's banned.
That Kennen is such BS in the bot lane with Kalista. Seriously.
It really is. It's such a strong duo. But we are going to be just waiting for these last two bans to come out.
And according to our cameraman, Kennen is in the game. He's on the ban list.
But once we get past the pick and ban phase, then Kennen won't be anywhere in sight. So there's that.
No, he will not still be in our hearts. And we see Habatubada going ahead and locking in that Sejuani. Nice AoE stun out of her ultimate, and it just provides so much CC for a team and being so tanky at the same time.
Yeah, the game-changing ultimate is one of the very common threads that you see a lot in the higher tier competitive play. Is you want the ultimates that can completely turn a fight on its head. You know, things like the Sejuani, the Gragas, the Kennen. Those are all ultimates that fit that bill. And we do see now Scion possibly going to be coming out. It was not. It made it through picks and bans. Oh, Garen, please do it. No. I want the Garen. I really do. But it is going to be a Rek'Sai instead being picked up by 14A. Very likely going to be staying on him in the jungle for Frank Fang Gaming. Ooh,
AP mid red side.
Rumble being picked up by Brandon Futewa. We do see it is going to be then over on the side of VWS. They get their next two picks. How they're going to respond to those, as again, it is very likely going to be the Sejuani in the jungle. So they've gotten that one taken taken care of. Just waiting on what they want to do here.
Honestly, I'm not too big of a fan of how they early picked their top laner on the side of Frank Fan Gaming, simply due to the fact that the top lane actually has a lot more impact now than it used to. So it leaves a lot of room for them to pick the rest of their carries. And never mind, they go ahead and lock in the Gnar instead.
Yep, immediately grabbing the Gnar to go up against that Rumble. Should be a pretty good matchup up top, as Gnar and Rumble can go either way. I do feel like Gnar has the advantage early, but then once Rumble gets the first item or two, then all of a sudden it swings kind of over back into his favor. We did see Nautilus come through as well, and then instantly grabbing the Morgana and the Sivir for Frank Fang. So definitely going to be looking for those big team fights. That's a pretty common thread with once you get a Sivir, it pretty much shows that you're going to be looking for kind of surprise engages in the late game with some flanks for maybe from the Rek'Sai, and of course putting that Rumble ultimate down in the middle of everything. We're going to see what they decide to answer with on VWS. They do already have that Nautilus picked, very likely for the support, and then Graves looking to be the current pick for the AD carry role. It looks like they are going to lock in the Ahri. They lock it. Yep.
I want to see Talon.
Talon. Okay, so you have to explain it. You can't just say "hear me out" and then just state something and not follow up on it.
All right, so looking right now at Frank Fan Gaming, they have Morgana, they have Rumble. They need another source of AD damage to come out that isn't Sivir. Zed is available. However, there is so much lockdown and so much beefiness coming out of VWS that Zed may not be the best pick. The reason I say Talon is because he can jump on the backline immediately and nuke either Ahri or Graves at the beginning of a fight. Whether or not he goes down doesn't matter, but if he picks up the kill before that, then Talon basically just did his job, completely eliminating the other carry.
Oh, and they're going to be possibly having that AD role filled by the Fizz. We have seen plenty of Fizz going AD. Golden Glue going to be grabbing that one. We'll see if he decides to go. I would have to assume that he's going to build... actually, no, he may not go AD, because you do have Rek'Sai, who can offer an AD threat if built that way as well. But Rek'Sai generally is built a lot tankier nowadays. We'll have to see what they do decide to do on the side of Frank Fang, though, because that it's kind of an unknown with that Fizz of if he's going to build as an AP Mage Assassin or if he's going to go for that kind of the AD Trinity Force build. Though usually it's coming out of the jungle if you do that, and a lot of times when it's in the mid lane, it's more of the AP style. But it is going to be up to him. We'll have to see how he decides to play it out. They have a couple more seconds to get everything squared away in their runes and masteries, their summoner spells, etc., etc. We are going to now be seeing everything locked in. And on the side of VWS, it is going to be Gnar in the top lane with the teleport, Sejuani in the jungle, Ahri mid lane, and then Graves and Nautilus for the AD carry and support. Nautilus taking the Ignite.
I'm just sad about the no Talon.
Well, either way, Talon or not, it is going to be for Frank Fang Gaming, the Rumble in the top lane with the teleport, the Rek'Sai in the jungle, Fizz in the mid lane, and then the Sivir and Morgana for the duo bottom lane. Morgana also having Ignite, so could mean that both of these duo lanes are going to be looking to be extremely aggressive here.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. Sivir Morgana is one of those really annoying lanes to deal with. It's, spell shield, another spell shield, another spell shield, another spell shield. And it's really annoying. But it does provide a nice amount of protection against champions like Nautilus and Sejuani. So it's going to really depend on how they play that bot lane out. And if Latman and Bonkeesh are able to get ahead of Vivi and Moose Breeder, then they're going to be able to roam around and definitely be able to help Golden Glue get some kills.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun to watch this one because both of those mid laners are very roam heavy. Ari and Fizz have a lot of mobility to them and like to get out of the mid lane and go and help their side lanes pretty frequently. So we'll have to see how that plays out. If one of them does get a lead early on, it is going to really open them up to that roam. Whereas if they go even, they may have to stay in lane a bit longer, or they may just both decide to roam to opposite lanes at the same time, which would be even more fun to watch, I feel. Difficult to keep track of if they fight in top and bottom at the same time, but you never know. We are going to be waiting just about a minute longer for the delay timer before we get over to the loading screen and then on to the Rift. So, with this last 30 seconds, again, both teams fairly similar. I'm still always going to be against the Gnar pick. He is really strong, but I still just don't like the fact that you're completely telegraphing when you're going to be looking for a fight. Although, with a Nautilus and a Sejuani, it's not as bad because you can kind of start the fight earlier with them and then have Gnar go Mega halfway through the fight while they're still locked down because of the Sejuani and Nautilus, and then use that Gnar ultimate into a wall. So it's not as bad with that team comp. A lot of times when you see a Gnar get picked, there isn't really a whole lot of other engage on the team. And so when you're relying on Gnar for the engage, that's when I really hate the pick. But when it's not, Gnar is not your only engage on the team, and you don't have to start a fight when Gnar goes Mega, it's a lot stronger of a pick here. So VWS, knowing that, can be playing around it a bit as we are getting on into the loading screen. We do see Dino Gnar, Classic Sejuani, Challenger Ari, Mafia Graves, and Classic Nautilus for VWS.
And on Frank Fan Gaming, we see Super Galaxy Rumble, Eternum Rek'Sai, Fisherman Fist, No Storm Silver, and Not Connected.
So 4-3 already, possibly 5-3. We'll have to see if Frank Fan Gaming goes for the clean sweep on the skins, but first we need Bonquiche to connect to the game.
Da 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 da. Uh-oh. Hey, Bonquiche, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, not going to be 5 skins, just the 4. But in just a moment, we should be getting onto the game. Bonquiche has connected. Just waiting for him to load now. Taking his time.
I'm just going to play Airplane Simulator 2015 now.
That's my Airplane Simulator. It's pretty accurate.
I heard it crashed.
No, not yet. Oh, there we go. Bonquiche connecting now. So we should be getting on over to the Rift in right now. That's
in right now, yes.
Yep. That is a very accurate form of measurement, in right now. But I love this graphical bug because it's showing that we're 19 minutes in and Baron is about to spawn in 40 seconds. And then at some point it's just going to be like, oh, wait, no, we're at 0. Sorry. There he goes. And an immediate pause. The immediate pause. Just 3 seconds into the game. Hopefully it is, I believe that was for Bonquiche, I would assume. Oh, no, because Bonquiche is in. Bonquiche bought his items. So something else going on there. We're just going to have to wait for this to get resolved. Hopefully it won't take too long.
Hopefully it's not a 15-minute pause.
Yeah, hopefully. That would be a little upsetting. But we are just going to be waiting for this to get resolved and get ourselves back into the action. There we go. Game being resumed now as everyone loads on in. Once those gates go down, everyone's going to be making their way out of the jungle. So VWS Gaming versus Frank Fang Gaming starting up now as everyone makes their way out of the base. Everybody's splitting up. Going to be looking at those deep wards, the line of scrimmage wards, everything all set as we usually see.
So who do you think is going to have the advantage in the early game?
I'm not really. I think it's gonna be very close and difficult to call in the early game. I do like VWS a little bit better for early game strength, just because Graves, I feel, is a little bit stronger than Sivir early on with the amount of damage that can come out of the buckshot. And I like the Gnar versus Rumble at least early on, but I don't know if it's going to be. I don't feel like it's going to be enough of an advantage to have a huge impact. Like, it's not going to be like we've seen some games where a team just wins so hard in the early game that the rest of the game really doesn't even matter. That's not going to be happening here. Brandon given 14A, 1-4. Making sure he knows who's boss of that top side of the map. Throwing those electro harpoons at his own teammate. Could you imagine playing League of Legends with a friendly fire on? That would be terrifying. That would be absolutely terrifying.
I do not want.
I think that would make an amazing like temporary game mode that Riot likes to come out with. Just have like just once for like a week where there's a game mode where friendly fire is turned on. So we are going to see Latman and Bonquish invading the jungle camp attempt and stopping it out there for from Vivi and Moose Breeder.
Actually, really surprised to see Golden Glue being so aggressive so early. Considering he is on Fizz and he's against Ahri, he's just going to be able to do a little bit more damage in my opinion, at least early on.
Yeah, some serious aggression coming out of this bottom lane as they are just trading back and forth.
Bonquish eating a ton of damage. He eats another buckshot as well. Vivi going to be trading with Latman now. Moose Breeder also doing quite a bit of damage. Latman and Bonquish actually losing out in that trade.
Yeah, Vivi is taking a lot of damage though, thanks to the ricochets of the Sivir as Moose Breeder tried to get that anchor toss in, finding a minion instead.
Brandon Fatawa can't really do much in that top lane right now, at least not against the Gnar. Rumble benefits from being level 4, not necessarily being level 1.
Yeah, level 4, and of course then getting the Haunting guys are the two huge early power spikes for Rumble. And that's pretty much what I expected though, for Gnar to be trying to bully him out here early on until he hits those points. A lot of good damage coming out of Vivi though, onto the Sivir. Over here comes
14A going to be here as well. The flash knockup coming out of 14A. Vivi does get hit up by the Dark Binding, and that's going to be first blood going over to 14A.
Yeah, that was a great early gank there from the Rek'Sai, getting into the lane and picking up the first blood. Going to be huge if they can try and snowball that. It's going to give Sivir some alone time in this bottom lane. And because it was so early, Graves only being able to go back and getting the Doran's Blade. So Sivir's not going to have to worry about that. It's not like he was able to go back and get a pickaxe, where then Sivir would have to recall or forced to be at a big damage disadvantage. But she is actually going to be going back anyway, and just wanting to keep up, make sure it stays matched with those items.
Oh, we see Golden Glue and Jimmy Talon in the mid lane dueling it out. Both of them taken down to about half HP. However, Golden Glue, I feel, is losing out a little bit here. He is playing the Fizz, and it just seems like Ahri's going to be able to outscale him, or at least early on.
Yeah, being melee versus range is never that fun, as we see an early roam coming up mid. Just going to force Golden Glue back away from the minions. But again, both 80 carries did recall, so Latman making sure to stay even, completely even on terms of damage items, which against the Graves is, I guess, a bit more important. You know, Graves has the big burst from Buckshot and had been doing some serious damage to Latman with it. But now that Latman has that second Doran's Blade as well to match, it's not going to be I mean, it's still going to be a threat, but it's not going to be as much of one if Lemon had decided to just stay.
So right now, it seems like Jimmy Talon really wants to really aggress onto Golden Glue here. Mr. Dr. Snuggles is still sitting at level 4, so we don't have that very nice ultimate coming out of him. But I feel like if he does go in potentially for the dive onto Golden Glue after waiting for him to use his Playful Trickster, they could maybe get the kill. 14A looking to make his presence known here in the top lane. He's just going to be clearing out that ward though.
Yeah, and with that, as soon as the jungler spotted up top, Bonquiche trying to go aggressive with the Dark Binding. It does not connect though. But the movements here in this game are going to be so important as, oh boy, 14A going to be in some trouble.
14A going to be finding Mr. Dr. Snuggles. He is a level up on him, but Jimmy Talon trying to figure out a way to get over. He's going to flash the wall, but he's going to miss the charm. And it's going to be 14A getting out alive. He's going to be under the tower. And there was Habatu Bata trying to come in for the support. Golden Glue going to be flashing and jumping in with the Playful Trickster, getting the kill onto Habatu Bata. He's looking to get the kill onto Jimmy Talon as well. Double kill going over to Golden Glue. Here's it going to be the triple. It is not. It is actually going to be the kill going over to Brandon Fatawa.
Yeah, what a great job there by Frank Fang Gaming. Brandon Fatawa actually baited that out a bit. He could have just ran directly back to his tower. Instead, he went out towards the lane. Actually, gonna have to hold that.
Bot lane, we see VV eating a ton of damage here. They're looking to maybe get some more aggression here onto Latman. Bonquiche is going to be eating an ignite. Is there going to be a flash buckshot coming out of VV? No, not yet. Bonquiche going to be toward his tower. The buckshot misses. This is going to be a kill going to Brandon Latman, and that is going to be the kill going over to Latman. He's maybe going to look to go further in onto Moose Breeder. Is he going to get it? He flashes. He's going to use his W. Is he going to get it? And no, he misses the Boomerang Blade. One more auto attack, and it's not going to land. Latman almost getting another kill there, but only one kill going down. However, she did burn his heal and his flash.
Yeah, Sejuani is coming around the corner though. Latman and Bonquiche could be in some serious trouble. They don't have a ward to spot that. They are going to be trying to back out now. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Golden Glue going in onto Jimmy Talon, picking up the kill. Here comes Mr. Dr. Snuggles looking to get a kill.
Oh, Mr. Dr. Snuggles not quite doing enough damage. Latman going to be able to survive there. Brandon Fatawa going to be coming up, and that's going to be another kill going over to Frank Fang Gaming.
Yeah, Frank Fang looking extremely strong here. Their rotations have just been it's been very close, but just a little bit better. And every single time, this is one thing that I talk about a lot. Each of these skirmishes, there's been a lot of little skirmishes that while they've been close, every single one has been going in favor of Frank Fang Gaming. And that is going to get them snowballing so far ahead, currently sitting 7-0 in terms of kills. They have already almost a 4,000 gold lead just on these small skirmishes. Oh, as now Habatu gonna have to jump away, but there comes the Chilling Smite.
And there goes the Rumble Ultimate. The Hex Trigger does get popped. This is gonna be the kill going over to Brandon Fatawa with the Flame Spitter. And this is just going to be putting him even further ahead. He's already sitting at 3-0-1 with a completed Haunting, guys. He's looking to maybe start building towards that Seeker's Arm Guard, and then after that, he is going to be almost impossible to kill, at least without dying yourself. In the mid lane, we see Jimmy Talon doing quite a bit of damage there to Golden Glue. And Golden Glue going to be forced to back off here, honestly. He has to be wary of the Spirit Rush coming out of that Ahri.
Yeah, there's still constant fighting going on. As now VV going to be taken pretty low, but
Moose Breeder looking to maybe get the engage onto Bonquiche. He does, but the spell shield comes out, so the stun doesn't come out from Bonquiche. There goes the collateral damage. However, it is not going to lock anybody down just yet. Jimmy Talon going to be trying to survive here in the mid lane, and there's the flash. There's the E coming out of 14A. He gets the kill. And that is just going to keep pushing them further and further ahead. In the bot lane, no kills going over to VWS, but they almost got it with the collateral damage. Latman going to be hit up by Moose Breeder. This should be the kill, and that's going to be VV picking up the kill onto Latman with the buckshot.
Yeah, first kill on the board here for VWS Gaming, but oh my god, the movement around the map from Frank Fang has been so strong thus far, as they've just been getting people involved in fights all over the place. Right now, wow. Brandon actually going to be going even with the Nard thus far in that little trade, but on the Rumble he has the Haunting, guys, so going to be doing a lot of damage to the Rumble now, or to the Gnar, I'm sorry. Now in this bottom lane, the items are in favor of Frank Fang. Fizz is going to be going for that AP route. He has the Needlessly and the Etherwisp going to be looking to build up that Luden's Echo as his first item. As Golden Glue trading very well with Jimmy Talon, able to avoid the charm. And as long as he avoids the charm, he wins.
Latman getting it hit up by Moose Breeder there. He's going to be going down. VV doing a ton of damage there with the buckshot. He is just a monster right now. And Latman losing out here in this lane. He's losing out on farm, and VV getting a nice amount of kills under his belt as well.
Yeah, that's kind of to be expected with a Graves. Graves just this early to mid game is where he is so incredibly strong.
Golden Glue going in onto Jimmy Talon. The Ignite is ticking onto Jimmy Talon. Is he going to throw out the ultimate? No, not quite yet.
A little surprised that the ult didn't come out there. Chum the Waters probably would have secured him a kill, but decides to hold on to it for now instead.
Oh, and there goes the ultimate coming out of Brandon Futter. Well, Equalizer does not do enough, though. Very poorly placed. It was just placed in a vertical line. He just walked out of it like nothing.
Yeah, a little bit early to be used there, I think. I feel like if he had hit one of the harpoons first and then dropped the Equalizer. As Mr. Dr. Snuggles just going to be clearing out these minions here in the mid lane. Right now, Frank Fan Gaming, they do still have a pretty sizable lead, and they are just going to be Bonqui starting to roam around the map, but they need to be careful because that is going to be leaving Sivir alone against a Graves that is pretty far ahead. Having the BF sword versus just a BF sword and pickaxe versus just a pickaxe and dagger. Graves definitely going to be winning those trades in the bottom lane.
In the bot lane, we see Vivi getting chased, or getting the chase on against Latman. Latman going to be forced to pop on the hunt. And there is Habatu Bata going to be really pinned down in a bad spot there. Meganar is about to come up. However, he most likely will go down here. Brandon Futter one now on a rampage, picking up another kill there in the top lane. 14A almost going down to the tower, but 10 kills going over to Frank Fang and 2 in favor of VWS. But VWS do get the first dragon of the game here, thanks to the fact that Rek'Sai did show her face in the top lane.
Yeah, they got the kill onto Gnar, but that was 2 people very clearly in the lane, and Golden Glue had just been forced to recall as well. So a nice clean pickup of the dragon there, 12 minutes into this game, but they do get a tower traded for it. So tower and a kill for the dragon isn't a terrible trade. It's actually a pretty beneficial trade early on in the game, just getting extra gold as opposed to that 6% damage, which you can easily pick up a little bit later when it's more effective. But right now,
I'm really surprised to see Latman and Bonquiche getting pushed in so hard so early.
I'm not terribly surprised. Again, it is Graves versus Sivir, and the buckshot. It's
we're gonna see Mr. Dr. Snuggles gonna be finding Golden Glue. Is Golden Glue gonna be able to get the kill onto him though? No, he does not. But he does eat a Sejuani ultimate for his troubles, meaning that ultimate is gonna be down for a little while. So Frank Fan Gaming maybe gonna look to have a small team fight here, while they know that the Sejuani ult is down. And you're going to see Moose Breeder going in onto 14A. That's not who you want to be going in on. And he's going to be caught in a bad spot here. There goes the ultimate coming out of Nautilus, and that's going to be the kill going over to Rek'Sai onto Nautilus. Meanwhile, we do see Vivi getting the kill onto Golden Glue on the backside. He used the collateral damage to secure that kill. And honestly, I think that was definitely in favor of VWS. They got the mid laner for their support. Brandon Futter, we're going to be finding Vivi though. Vivi's just going to dash away. Should be fine. They're going to, Bonquiche finally going to clear out that pink ward. And they're also going to take a tower for their trouble. Second tower of the game going down in favor of Frank Fang Gaming.
Yeah, getting that tower definitely turns that back over to being in favor of Frank Fang. Trading basically a kill for a kill, but also picking up tower. However, it is going to be answered up top by Gnar. No one's going to be able to get there in time to stop this one. So towers are going to be 2-1 in favor of Frank Fang. The gold lead is now about 4,000. So not too huge, but Frank Fang still just continuously getting small advantages. However, it is going to get smaller and smaller as another tower does go down in favor of VWS.
As you can see, 14A is just going to be doing very well this game, actually. Sitting on a completed Stalker's Blade with Cinder Hulk, also looking to get even tankier. She did buy a Giant spell. Wouldn't surprise me to see that maybe going towards a Warmogs or a Randuin's.
Yeah, one of the two definitely. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Randuins, as they do need to do something about this Graves. He is very similar to the LeBlanc of our previous game, just kind of sitting at all of the kills for the team.
And there goes Golden Glue. He's going to go in onto Vivi, but he did not dash into Vivi. He dashed onto a minion. Golden Glue going to be caught in a very bad spot here. There goes the collateral damage. Golden Glue going to go down. Mr. Dr. Snuggles picking up the kill there onto him. Brandon Fatawa picking up the kill onto Vivi, though. Bata coming in from the backside. He's going to try and get the stun onto Brandon Fatawa, but he does burn the flash out of Brandon Fatawa. Jimmy Talon going to be eating quite a bit of damage as well on the backside, thanks to Sivir and Morgana. And this is in favor right now of VWS. They did lose their AD carry, but they were able to take out Golden Glue, which was their heavy burst damage coming out of Frank Bang Gaming.
Yeah, it actually doesn't look like it's going to be an even trade there. Just the 1-for-1, everyone kind of backing off. However, Frank Fang, not the best Rumble ultimate there from Brandon Fatawa, which he's had a couple really good ones, and that one just, I didn't really like that one, kind of on the front line. Didn't really hit too many people, didn't really split the team.
It looked ugly.
Yeah. But, of course, that is just one of many that we're going to see. There we go.
He's gonna find Brandon Fatawa, but Brandon Fatawa is gonna be doing a ridiculous amount of damage. There goes the ultimate coming out of Nautilus. However, Vivi is here now. He's gonna look to maybe get the kill. Brandon Fatawa actually getting the kill onto Nautilus as well. Here comes 14A and Golden Glue. They're gonna look to shut down Vivi, and Vivi's gonna go down as well. 14A now on our rampage. Dr. Snuggles gonna be going down. Double kill going over to 14A. Now sitting at 5-0-6 on that Rek'Sai.
Yeah, Moose Breeder definitely underestimating the damage coming out from. Yes, it was a joke.
Jimmy Talon gonna be finding 14A. However, Bata is also here as well, and that's gonna be Ignite taking on to 14A. There goes the Spirit Rush. There goes another one. Is 14A gonna go down? Yes. Bata gonna pick up the kill there. However, Jimmy Talon gonna be going down to Golden Glue. Double kill going over to Bata onto Golden Glue as well. That was a 2-for-1, actually a 3-for-2 in favor of VWS.
Yeah, but while they did get a couple of kills there, it's still keeping things pretty even. Nothing's really coming off of these the fights that are happening right now.
Oh Moose Breeder yet again. Gonna be finding Latman. He's gonna try and get the slow. Doesn't land. Is he gonna throw out the anchor toss though? He is gonna throw it, and there goes Latman. Gonna be stunned up here. Sejuani ultimate goes out. Latman gonna be going down to BB Brandon for the gonna be the next target here. He's gonna go down as well. Going over to Mr. Dr. Snuggles. 14A gonna try and get the kill onto VV. He might be able to get it here. One more auto attack should be able to secure it with an E, but he's not gonna land it. There goes the Prey Seeker. One more auto. VV is gonna go down. 14A gonna find him. Yes, it's gonna be 14A picking up the kill onto VV. Mr. Dr. Snuggles surviving, escaping in the nick of time, not going down to the Rek'Sai as well.
Yeah, 2-for-2 on that one, but again, that was a beautiful equalizer being used there. It caught 3 members, and 2 of them were just standing on it for so long, and that was what really was able to get Frank Fang a couple of kills there. And we do see Dragon is now live, so going to be probably a lot of attention being put onto that objective from both teams here. And this is a very close match. Frank Fang is up by 9 kills, but this is such a close game. All of these fights are going relatively even. But I feel like right now, at the stage of the game we're at, Frank Fang Gaming does have the advantage in a full-on fight, unless Sejuani and Nar can really get their combo off perfectly. But we're not going to be seeing it here, as Frank Fang does pick up the Dragon, so we are now at 1 apiece on that. Everyone's still sitting around this area, though.
Brandon Fatawa going to be finding Mr. Dr. Snuggles, taking him down to below half HP just with a Flame Spitter and some harpoons. Moose Breeder going to be eating Dark Binding, and he's also going to be caught up by the ultimate out of the Rumble. Equalizer doing so much there. Rek'Sai picking up the kill onto Graves. Sivir picking up the kill onto Nautilus. Ari coming in from the backside, picking up the kill onto Golden Glue. Habatu going to be going down. Brandon Fatawa with the Flame Spitter picking up the kill, as Habatu did try to escape by jumping over the wall, but he did not go far enough in time. 3 kills going over to Frank Fang Gaming while losing 1 member to VWS.
Yeah, that Flame Spitter over the wall doing so good, and that was a beautiful equalizer again. It didn't really do a whole ton of damage, but it split up the team, prevented them from getting the full-on AoE that they were looking for, because that's what their entire composition relies around, is Sejuani, Nautilus, Gnar being able to lock down multiple members at the same time in succession. And if they aren't able to do that, then the fight is going to go in favor of Frank Fan Gaming, as we just saw there. Now up 21-10 on the kills. They're starting to really increase that gold lead now, up to almost 8,000 gold on the game. And Latman had such a difficult time, it looked like, in lane, is now all of a sudden actually in the lead on CS, and only about 100 gold behind VV in terms of gold, and that's all just from those kills. But Frank Fan Gaming just having seems like a better team fight every time than VWS, whereas the small skirmishes go even, these full-on fights are going towards Frank Fang.
Oh, Habatu going to be finding Bonkish. Not much going to be had there. Then again, Mr. Dr. Snuggles is here as well. I don't really think that's where you want to engage. However, Moose Breeder is here as well. Bonkish going to be alone here. There's the equalizer coming out of Random with the one. Golden Glue coming in and picking up the kill onto Moose Breeder. He's also going to be eating an Orb Deception coming out of that Ari. Jimmy Talon actually getting knocked up there. And there goes the Gnar ultimate, knocking back 3 members of Frank Fan Gaming away. 14A going to be getting the knockup onto 3 members of VWS. He's looking to try and kill Jimmy Talon. There goes the Prey Seeker. Is he going to get the slow? No, it's not going to be enough. The Spirit Rush over the wall. Going to save Jimmy Talon here in the meantime. Vivi is also sitting extremely healthy. He should be able to defend against Frank Fan Gaming here, seeing as how they're all below half HP. Brandon Fasowa eating a lot of, or doing a lot of damage to Habatu Bata with that Flame Spitter. And honestly, this is Frank Fan Gaming showing their dominance here. 8,000 gold lead at this point in the game, and it's only 21 minutes in. If they keep playing the way they have been, but clean it up a little bit so they don't lose as many members in fights, then they'll be able to take this game extremely early. Vivi gonna be eating a lot of damage here. There goes the collateral damage flash buckshot, but it doesn't take out of anybody. 14A gonna be getting the kill onto Vivi there. Mr. Dr. Snuggles gonna be the next target here. There goes the Zonia's coming out of Brandon Fatawa. He's not gonna be going now. Over the session comes out, but Jimmy Talon picks up the kill onto Brandon Fatawa. Bonkish gonna be eating a ton of damage here. Moose Breeder gonna get the kill with the Ignite there onto Bonkish. This is gonna be a tower going down in favor of VWS. Latman is alive, Golden Glue is alive, 14A is alive. They should be able to defend this inner tower. 14A maybe gonna look to get the engage on the backside. There goes the Chum the Waters landing on the Jimmy Talon. Jimmy Talon gonna be going down almost instantly to 14A there. 14A, 9 kills and 1 death right now. Latman picking up the kill onto Moose Breeder there, and it's going to be Mr. Dr. Snuggles getting away, and Habatu Bata getting away as well. And a back and forth fight there, this one in favor of Frank Fan Gaming, even though they did lose their mid-outer tower.
Yeah, the initial fight went in favor of VWS, but they continued to push it a little bit too far, and gave Frank Fang the opportunity to answer, as both AD carries going to fight over the red buff a bit. It does actually go over to Latman on the Sivir, stealing it away. But what we've been seeing so far is both teams actually doing an exceptional job of answering to plays on the across the map. Every time it looks like there's going to be a one-on-one or a 2v1 or any situation like that, all of a sudden next thing you know, it's a 4v4 or 5v5 going down. So both teams are doing such a good job of moving and answering quickly to calls being made by the team. And I don't expect that to change at all. It's just both of them have the strength to be able to do so, as they do look to maybe collapse onto the room.
Nope. All those wards for?
I'm not entirely sure. Maybe just thrown down from a sight zone before going back. I don't know. I'm not sure why there's so many wards in the mid lane there. But Dragon is going to be up in about a minute, and both teams looking to get themselves positioned up.
Oh boy. 14A going to be in the back line. There's the equalizer coming out of Brandon Fatawa, but it's just going to be used to zone out Habatu Bata and Mr. Dr. Snuggles. That's going to be Moose Breeder going down here. The Aegis of the Legion pot by... Not Aegis of the Legion. What's the name of that? What's the name of that item? Locket of the Iron Solari, right.
Yeah, it builds out of Aegis of the Legion, so you're close. But that Rumble Ultimate was exactly what it needed to do. It prevented other members of VWS from getting involved in that fight and allowed them to pick up the kill onto Moose Breeder. And now Frank Fang, despite the fact that Dragon is up in 10 seconds, just going to be looking to try and put pressure on the mid lane, try and force anyone from VWS to have to defend it. Moose Breeder is going to be back up in time and should be able to get there to help contest the Dragon as long as they can stall it out. But it looks like Frank Fang's going to go in for a fight.
14A is going to get a knockup into VV. That's going to be VV going down almost instantly, going to Golden Glue. The burst damage coming out of this fizz is a little ridiculous. Brandon Fatawa going to be zoning on Mr. Dr. Snuggles and Moose Breeder on his own. He's eating a lot of damage, though. He's going to have to be careful not to go down here. And it's going to be 1 kill going over to Frank Fang Gaming. No kills going over to VWS here. 5 members up and alive, ready for this Dragon on the side of Frank Fang Gaming. But the side of VWS is a lot healthier.
Yeah, Brandon Fatawa is low on this Rumble, but he does have Equalizer coming up in just a second now. So they're going to be looking to go after this Dragon. If VWS tries to answer this, then the Equalizer is just going to come out to zone them off. It is not going to happen, though, as the second Dragon of the game does get picked up by Frank Fang. And really not much of an answer coming on anything. They didn't really try and push a lane too hard. They didn't try and stop the Dragon, just kind of letting that one happen and letting Vivi go get some farm up in that top lane.
So based on what's been happening so far in this game, what do you think that VWS has to do to really start putting these fights in their favor? Because as it just seems like they're getting caught out back and forth, simply due to the fact that Rek'Sai and Fizz are just jumping on that Graves, jumping on that Ahri every single time they're in front.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for them, but they need to do a better job of trying to peel for those two carries. They're pretty far behind at this point. It's almost 10,000 gold here now, 26.5 minutes in. But it's so tough to stop a Fizz, to stop a Rek'Sai from getting onto your back line. And that's just what we've been seeing constantly with the equalizers coming out from Brandon Fatawa and the amount of mobility and dive from 14A and Golden Glue. They've just been able to really do what they want, and they pick off one of those carries early on in the fight, and that's the end of it. Like, there's not much of a response from VWS at that point because they lose out on so much damage, especially because it has been Vivi that's been the one who's been targeted so heavily with 8 deaths. That's just who they're going for. That's their primary target, and they're doing a great job of taking it.
And there's the ultimate coming out of Silver. Golden Glue going to be locked up there by Sejuani, and that's going to be the shutdown going over to Vivi. They're looking to get the kill onto 14A here as well. That was a beautiful equalizer, going to be not really actually landing. Never mind, that was not so beautiful. I lied. How about Tubata going to be engaged on here as well? There's the flame spitter coming out of Brandon Fatawa, but Brandon Fatawa going to go down to the orb of deception coming out of that Jimmy Talon. Jimmy Talon is getting another kill. No, Latman getting a double kill here as well. That's going to be 3-2 in favor of Frank Fang Gaming.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a huge engagement for VWS. It looked like they were going to get a lot out of that fight, but just they weren't able. They took out Golden Glue early, but Latman was able to just kind of stay safe on the back lines. They kept peeling for him, and between Latman and 14A, just so much tankiness, and the damage from both Latman and then, well, not tankiness from Latman, but the damage from Brandon and Latman, able to do so much for the team. Despite losing Golden Glue early, they still were able to turn that around and make it a victory in their favor. And that's just not good news at all for VWS Gaming, as now that gold lead has reached 10,000, 28.5 minutes into this game, and Frank Fang Gaming is just looking exceptionally strong. Oh boy. Oh, Moose Breeder.
That is going to be a dead Moose Breeder. Brandon Fatawa picking up the kill onto Moose Breeder there. 9-4-11 on that Rumble in the top lane.
Yeah, they're actually not going to be done. Looking to engage now onto the onto Habatubata, and he's going to just be going mega, but they're going to push in this tower. I don't think Nar and Sejuani are going to be able to defend this. Meanwhile, Vivi and Jimmy Talon were off in the mid lane, so they were not able to answer that at all. 5 towers now, as only 1 inner tower does remain in that bottom lane. Looks like Frank Fang may be trying to position up by this Baron. They're just going to be trying to draw VWS in, but when they don't come, they're just going to go and start it up themselves.
And look how quickly this Baron is going down. this is going to be an easy pickup here for Frank Fan Gaming, and after this should be able to push in, potentially get a team fight, and actually can push for the win if they are healthy enough.
Yeah, there was no vision at all of that Baron pit for VWS Gaming, so just a clean Baron grabbed by Frank Fang, dragging up in about a minute 50, but I don't think they're really going to care too much about that. Instead, going to be looking to just try and push in. They are pinging out that bottom portion of the jungle, so maybe wanting to go get that last inner tower. There are minions pushing in onto it. But Frank Fang in very strong position here. Mr. Dr. Snuggles clears out one pink, doesn't get the other one though. Does back up, now he goes back in. He's gonna get that one too. Yeah! 60 gold!
Woo! It's like Season 2 Worlds all over again. Or rather, Season 3 Worlds. Everybody's cheering whenever somebody kills a ward.
We are going to be seeing now Frank Fan Gaming starting to make some more aggressive movements. They don't have Brandon with them. The Rumble is up in the top side. He does have teleport though, so he will be able to join them quickly as he does just start pushing, making his way down through the mid lane with these Baron buff minions. So this tower is going to be going down. I don't think VWS is going to be able to defend it. Now that Brandon is here, they could easily go for a dive if they so choose, but instead they're going to find the fight up in the jungle.
Oh, Mr. Dr. Snuggles going to be eating Golden Glue's Chum the Waters, and that's going to be Golden Glue pick up the kill onto Mr. Dr. Snuggles in there. And as he tried to escape, and that's going to be Sejuani down. The ultimate from Sejuani was also used, so that's not even going to be up if she was alive. So right now, this is the push for Frank Fan Gaming. They're going to look to get the engage onto Jimmy Talon. Jimmy Talon going to go down, and that's going to be Golden Glue pick up the kill onto Jimmy Talon as well. 2 kills going over to him. There's the Gnar ultimate, not stunning up anybody into a wall. Latman now getting a kill as well, and is dominating. Golden Glue going to be trying to get the kill onto Vivi. Vivi going to be eating a bit of Latman as well. Bonkish going to be taking down Moose Breeder, and that's going to be the ace going for Frank Fan Gaming. However, Bonkish going to be getting a kill onto Morgana. I think that was because of the tower or because of an ignite. And there's the pause coming out of VWS.
Yeah, pause going to be happening, but Frank Fan Gaming so far ahead right now, 15 to 36 in their favor. Now 61,000 to 46,000 gold. They are just absolutely having their way with VWS Gaming. It got to the point VWS Gaming did not win early, which is they kind of had to do with this team comp. Or just get fights in their favor in positions that they wanted. They have not been able to do that. Every fight has been Frank Fang Gaming in their where they wanted it, taking the advantage. They just took out the Sejuani, which is such an integral part of the VWS team fight, and absolutely once that is gone, they just completely dived straight through past 2 towers, including the inhibitor tower, and even underneath the Nexus towers to finish it off, getting the ace. It was just really well played from Frank Fang, as we're going to have to see what this pause is about.
Brandon Fetsuwa is eating a lot of tower damage right now.
Yeah, he does have that shield up, so they should be able to get out without too much problem, but he's just going to be really tanking that up so that Golden Glue and Latman can get out of there. But we'll have to see what's going to be happening with the pause. We're not quite sure what the cause of it is, but as soon as we know, we will be letting you guys know. Hopefully we will be getting back to the action. The game is not over yet. I mean, it's looking very dire of a situation for VWS Gaming, but it is still not over. I mean, their team fight has the ability still to, if they can get an ideal fight, they can still very easily turn it in their favor. But the problem is that they need to not be out of position and not have someone get caught out of place at the beginning of a fight. And like we just saw with that one, Sejuani, Mr. Dr. Snuggles, being a little bit out of position, getting collapsed upon by both Golden Glue and 14A, and then all of a sudden just turned into a complete disaster for them in that bottom lane. So, still just waiting to hear anything about this pause. In the meantime, looking at the scores for Frank Fang Gaming, Brandon Fatois on that Rumble sitting at 9-4 and 15, 14A on Rek'Sai, 9-1 and 19. And then, of course, Golden Glue with 10-5 and 13. There's just so much kill participation for everybody across the board on the side of Frank Fang. They've all been contributing so much to this game and to this lead, and it's why that they're so far ahead. Their ability to respond and collapse onto fights has been just absolutely phenomenal. And they're currently sitting in the standings at 3-1. They are behind Inertia Gaming, who is at 6-0, but they are going to have the chance to catch up to them. Obviously, they've played after this game. They will have played one game less than Inertia, but Inertia does have a game against Frank Fang left, and if Frank Fang wins that one, then it is going to be they're going to be sitting there tied in Division C. However, Inertia did beat Frank Fang earlier in the season, so that's going to definitely be something to keep an eye on. That's going to be such an important match when it does come around to it. It is going to be, I believe, in week 7 is going to be the final game between Inertia and Frank Fang. So as long as Frank Fang finishes off this game and can continue on their winning streak, their only loss, I believe they had the loss to Inertia, and I don't remember who their other that is their only loss. So that's going to be so close, sitting at the top of that Division C, to see who's going to make it into the playoffs, make their way to play in the live semifinals and finals at LEC Squared in June. This game is so important for those standings because, again, if Frank Fang Gaming complete the win here, which it looks like they're going to, having this much of a lead at this point in the game, they should be able to close this one out. Then they're going to be right there with Inertia Gaming, and it's going to make for a very exciting home stretch on the season. So while we wait for this pause, we are just going to go ahead and put on a little bit of music for you guys to enjoy. And as soon as we know what is happening, or once the game is going to be unpaused, we will be back then. Skype is muted, but I don't know what's going on with the pause. They're all off of TeamSpeak. I think they may have just FF'd.
Yeah, they did.
Can you try and find out for sure?
They did. Yeah, that's it. Bacon.
All right, guys, we have just got word that the game was paused. It was the spectator issue of if the game gets paused and then is closed shortly after while it is paused for the spectate delay, it doesn't end up leaving it. So basically what happened is that VWS Gaming did surrender the match to Frank Fang Gaming. After that last fight, they just knew that it was pretty much going to be game over from there. So the Frank Fang Gaming does pick up the victory. And then, of course, we were going to have a third game here on the night. It was going to be Forever Foolish versus why am I drawing a blank? Ignition, that's what it was. So it was going to be Ignition Gaming versus Forever Foolish. However, Forever Foolish was not going to be able to field a team, so they also have forfeit their game. So Ignition Gaming is going to get that victory for free, which does mean in the Division C, Forever Foolish is unfortunately going to drop to 0-5, while Ignition Gaming moves up to 2-4. VWS Gaming is at 2-3. Sorry, VWS Gaming also now at 2-3, and Frank Fang Gaming at 4-1. And so that's going to do it for us today. I'm all over the place right now, trying to make sure everything's all set. But in the end, it was Frank Fang Gaming picking up the victory over VWS Gaming, and then Forever Foolish forfeiting the match to Ignition. So we are not going to be having that third game today, and that is going to do it for us here at the League of Legends Amateur Summoners Tournament presented by Esports HQ. Before we go, I'm going to have a quick hype video, let you guys know about the LEC Squared convention, where the semifinals and finals of last will be held live. And so until Monday, when we have our next games, Week 6 starting up, we will have Supernova versus Team Cave Gaming, Static versus Warriors Anonymous, and Tifu taking on Katsuo. First game is at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you are here. Same time, same place, same time as those other days, Saturday being our one different one. But for Cyber Owl, I'm Tasty Bacon. Hope you guys have a great day.